Kobe, you know what I'm gonna do this year?
Oh, what's that, Barry?
I'm gonna quit quitting. But we're already halfway through the year, so maybe I'll quit quitting next year.
Yeah.
So I quit quitting for next year. What's going on, guys? My name is Barry,
This is Kobe.
and this is Who Watches This.
Music.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the second week of Niche Hobbies Month, and I feel like I got bamboozled this week. Oh man, how about you? How did you feel about this week's movie before we unveil it?
It's grown on me. Like when I first watched it, I was like, I'm not sure if I like this or hate this. I gotta like go to bed and let it like stew in my brain overnight.
It's just like the description, the back of the box. It's kind of deceptive, right? Strangely enough, though, I saw who was in this, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, he's in this! He's gotten so big lately." Good for him. I was like, "Good for him," and I'm gonna watch this movie, and it kind of like it fits the theme, and I was like, "That'll be the movie that'll be the theme, that's gonna cover this for the month." And I was like, "Now I gotta find something else." Oh man, but yeah, I want to see how long I can stretch out this intro because the review is going to be so short. Or like the plot, what's it called? The explaining movies badly plot sort portion is going to be so short.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead into I'm trying new things out, and I'm like, today let's try taglines, movie taglines. Like nice, short, and less taxing. All right. One man, one couch, one game, one challenge. Relaxers 2018. It feels like it could have been the tagline for this movie.
100%. Yeah,
we're gonna sort this out.
You're reading it off the movie poster.
Because I feel like maybe I was like, maybe it could be taglines. I feel like the taglines have died. It's died, and we didn't even know it.
Yeah. A thing of the past.
And sometimes it's like, I want to watch that movie from a good tagline. So we're gonna see. But today we're gonna be talking about
maybe it's the guy with the voice, and he's maybe he retired or passed away or something, and they were just like, oh, we can't replace it.
No, but like even on movie posters, granted, like not too many people buy physical stuff anymore. They just like watch it on whatever streaming service that they use now. Which I mean, like, to be fair, might be great for some people because it's like decluttered their home. God, like I knew some people that had cabinets and cabinets.
Right. So, of VHS, and then they went and rebought them all on DVD, and then rebought half of that on Blu-ray. They're like, now streaming is there, and that.
Yeah, so maybe that's where the death comes from. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about the dark comedy indie film Relaxer from 2018, starring who I don't recognize him, but I recognize Polka Dot Man.
Right. Yep.
He's really the only person. I was like, he's in this movie. I gotta watch it now. But no, let's see. Joshua Burge, who is an American actor and musician, from Grand Rapids. I'm really stretching this out. Doing a full bio on this guy. Yeah, I don't know what other things he's been in.
Yeah, I was kind of looking, and like I am not really familiar with.
Oh fuck, he's in The Revenant. Uh, so maybe this.
That
I
was
don't
his,
know.
but that was his first movie. Oh
Which
no.
one?
Oh,
Revenant?
well,
No,
maybe not. No.
no, it wasn't. But let's really talk about the star of the show,
Right.
David Dosla. I don't know how to say his last name either. I mean, obviously, if you guys know who he is, he's been in a ton of things as of late. More notably, Late Night with the Devil and The Suicide Squad from 2021.
Yep. Those are the two that I recognized him from.
And
I
apparently,
but
he's
I
going to be in
but I
Street
had
Fighter.
I recognized him before those. Like he's kind of one of those guys who's like in a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, he was like in Ant-Man
Mm.
as the
Oh
yeah,
yes, yeah, he was.
and apparently he's going to be in the 2026 movie Street Fighter. So they're going to try that again.
And he's in the Weird Al Yankovic biopic
Mm.
with Daniel
Oh,
Radcliffe.
yeah, I was gonna say Harry Potter. I was like, geez, I
Yeah,
know the guy's
yeah,
name. Um, but yeah, this is like this super indie film, small budget, and I don't know. It was like strangely enough, it was like niche video game movies.
I guess it's a video game movie.
I know, and like the disappointing portion of that though is just like he never really played the game, at least like on screen. Because okay, here let's let's do this really short. It's not short. It's just I don't know. The movie starts off with this guy in his underwear on the couch playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater One.
Yeah,
I recognize the stage. And you're like, oh, is he really into retro games? But later you do find out that it's 1999 from this tangent that you get from his older brother, played by Polka Dot Man, or
yeah,
David Dossel. And it seems like they have like a really strange relationship, but as of right at that moment, he's playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, and he's drinking room temperature 2% milk from a baby bottle.
yeah.
And you're like, what is the situation? What year is it? You know what I mean?
Right, right.
But his brother is like this whole time his brother is like kind of berating him while he's playing this game, and he's just like, they're having this argument about like playing this game, and he's like, no, they're going about the rules, like, no, you can't take a piss, and you can't throw up, and we're gonna film this.
Right, right. Yeah, you're on bottle 6
Oh god.
of milk,
Yeah.
and there's a challenge. You've got to do 8 full bottles.
It's so and it's 2% milk at room temperature.
Uh,
Oh, it
that
is.
that may have been sitting out for more than a
God
day.
knows how long. The state of this home is like, okay, you come here to buy drugs and that's it. Like sometimes there's always like those drug dealers like, hey, you want to like hang out, and you're like, no, I have like a home that humans should be living in, waiting for me. This is
Yeah, yeah. There's like pen drawings on the
yeah.
wall. There's just trash everywhere.
Yeah, and there's this guy in his underwear like on this leather couch, and so like yeah, they're having this conversation. It almost feels like like I don't know if they're trying to emulate Dinner with Andre.
Mm,
But the whole setup of this movie is like one camera, almost at a static shot,
yeah,
but you get a gist of the relationship that they have. Like Polka Dot Man is the older brother, and then what is this guy's name, by the way? Is Abbie?
so it's Cam and Abbie.
Mm. So Abbie is the one that's like sitting on there, and he's just like, He's begging his brother. He's like, come on, man, let me just go take a piss. Like, he's like, no, you got to do this challenge. You got to stop quitting things. You always quit stuff and all that stuff. So, you're going to do it. And he's like, oh, fine, And you're getting a state of like their whole relationship. The Abbie is more like, he's like talking about his dad, and Cam is like, fuck dad. Stop thinking about him. He was everything that people have said about him is true. And Abbie's like, no, it's not. You're just like mama's boy. Mama's always taking your side, and dad has always taken my side, and you were just jealous of that. And he's like, no, man, like dad is a fucking weirdo. That's why he's in California. And he's like, no, and they sort of talk about this whole situation. Abbie is kind of like a deadbeat. He's like, he lost his job over something very minuscule.
Right, yep.
And Cam's like, listen, you can't stay here. You moved out of mom's house because you're like, I'm going to be an adult. And then you moved here. And then but then Abbie was like, well, let's be fucking real. Mom pays the rent here because you're mommy's little baby. And he's like, well, yeah, this is my place, though, not your place.
Right.
So if you want to stay here, you're going to do these challenges. And he's like, fine. So he ends up he's like, all right, I'm going to go to the basement just in case you fucking yak, you quitter.
Right. I got to go get a bucket and a mop.
Because, you don't look good.
And you still have one bottle. You have a bottle left to drink. So no getting up. Just sit there with no shirt on in your milk barf.
And I do like the way they kind of construct this scene, because like during this whole time they're having this full-blown conversation, and yet like Cam is constantly hitting him up with this like time.
Yeah.
So it kind of like gives you like sort of like almost an anxiety situation. They put you like in this anxiety situation. Because he's like constantly, it's like 3, 2, 1, and Abbie is like rushing to drink this thing.
Right. Yeah, because he's got to get baby bottle empty by the 3-minute countdown or whatever it was.
Yeah, and so as he goes downstairs, Cam tells Abbie, he's like, hey, don't fucking cheat, all right? Don't get up.
Yeah.
Camera's on you, bro. But then he takes Cam fills up the last bottle, and he takes the rest of the milk, and he pisses in it.
Right. So that because he's got to pee, and his brother was like, if you go to the bathroom, you're disqualified.
Yeah. And he's like, oh no, if you get up to get to the bathroom,
Yeah.
But he's like, but he did state only 8 full bottles, right?
Yeah.
And then so he pisses in it. And his brother comes back with the mop and bucket from the janitor's closet from the basement. And he's like, he drinks it. And he's like, all right, cool, we're done, right? Challenge over, I could stay. And he's like, no, we got to finish off the rest of the milk. And he's like, oh, come on, man. You didn't say it. You said 8 bottles. You didn't say I had to do all the milk. He's like, I mean, we're already here, buddy.
Right,
so you might as well do it. And then so he fills up the bottle, and Abbie's like, I know what's in there. I don't want to fucking drink.
That's a mix of piss and milk.
Oh my god, it was my stomach couldn't handle this. It's so weird, because it's I've watched so many things that's should be vomit inducing, but whenever it's something that's a little bit more grounded like this, where it's room temperature 2% milk mixed with this guy's disgusting piss. It's just oh god, it's so rancid. And so during that whole time, Cam gives him the bottle. He's like, come on, man, just finish it. Let's go, because I want to go camping with mom and all our friends.
Yeah.
And he's like, can I come? He's like, no, you got to stay here and do this, And so he's kind of guilt tripping him. He's like, dude, that's all you ever do. You always quit things. You've quit everything you've ever tried, and that's why you've never really done anything. And he's like, I don't want to hear that from you, dude. Mom still pays for the rent. So these are really two kind of just not great people.
Man children who are bickering.
But one is just slightly worse than the other one.
Yeah.
And so Abbie starts to kind of like feel the weight of all this, like, I don't know, guilt that he's doing.
Right.
Because Cam is only just like one notch better than Abbie. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He tries. He tries to drink this piss bottle of milk, and he just throws up everywhere. Oh god, it's so gross. It's so gross. And then so like Cam was like, "Holy fuck, that's so nasty." And he goes into the kitchen. Like when he comes back with the bucket, he has like a Nintendo Power,
Right. Yeah.
which
That he stole from somebody out of somebody's mailbox.
which if you guys don't know, Nintendo Power was a very old magazine publication where it had all the little cheats and tricks and like little strategy guides for some portions of games that you're playing at that time. But it also had a whole bunch of ads. And it had one ad from a very famous Donkey Kong player and slash Pac-Man player who is now like, everyone's like, that guy's a fucking asshole. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like,
Yeah.
this guy is super famous for being like, I'm the only one that's on top of the hill, and you guys are all fakes.
Yep. Yep.
I watched that. What's it called? He had a documentary about him.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
about him, but about what the Donkey Kong. His like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I was like, oh, this guy's a fucking villain. Holy shit. This guy is the villain of an '80s movie plot. But they talk about Pac-Man level 256, which is known to have a glitch. Like it was like Pac-Man was like one of the hardest games to like kill screen, right?
Yeah.
Because it had that glitch at 256. Which I mean, I guess you can call it the kill screen honestly, right? But he's like, check it out. If they say if you can get past level 257, you get 100K. Meanwhile, like, I want to preface this. Like, they're still talking in the midst of all this fucking vomit. Like,
that he never cleans up.
oh, God. Yeah, it's... Oh. And so, like, yeah, like... but you learn a decent amount about Cam, too. Cam is, like, a very, like, conspiracy theorist type of guy. He talks about Y2K, which was a very real fear that a lot of people had, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I worked at a houseware place, and like people came in and were asking like if pots and pans were Y2K compliant. I'm like, do you have any idea what you're talking about? Like,
okay, I was around during Y2K, and I made fun of it because as soon as like midnight hit, I just turned off all the lights and I was like, oh no, Y2K. But really, the fear was like the electrical grid, right? Or
the gist of it was the last two digits of the year. A lot of things did their dates as, like month, day, and then the last two digits of the year. And the fear was that when it went from 99 to 100, that was 3 digits, and it was going to reset everything because the computers weren't going to understand how to handle a 3-digit number in a 2-digit space. And that major corporations and banks and stuff that only use that 2-digit, like their computers were all going to crash. And it was just a matter of like the tech people going in and being like, okay, we're going to make it a full date. And then it was solved. But yes,
I love how like that explanation makes it sound like anyone that was like an adult during that time might as well have just been a caveman.
Oh, no, that's what. Yeah, they were like, power's going out.
Yeah,
power grid's banks are all gonna like shut down. People are taking their money out of banks
because they're like, oh, it's gonna zero out my account.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what that also brought about? Fucking Y2J, baby. Walls of Jericho. It gave birth to one of the most electrifying entertainers in sports entertainment. Yeah, I don't know, like, Jericho somehow, like, he just really, he grabbed onto that and really just built his name off of that and became one of the biggest names in like wrestling entertainment.
Yeah, yeah. Huge. He was huge for like 10 years. And he kind of like faded away, but I think he's still around in like one of the like.
Well, he does like small little acting roles. He still does his music,
Yeah.
but like he's already built enough of like a cash cow, like as far as like a nest egg to just like really just survive, right? Not survive,
Right.
but also thrive.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
it's oh my god, he was one of my favorite wrestlers too because he was also small. He wasn't like he wasn't thick like like the
Right.
other heavyweights.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He was like a Rollins
Yeah,
is compared to like size wise. Like he
yeah,
was always the underdog because he
yeah.
was smaller.
Yeah, but he had super dope moves too, like the line salt. But
It's always the thing is like the smaller guys are a little fun because they're lighter, they're a little more flexible. They can do like the like I guess like the Hardy Boys were
yeah,
like so big because they were
yeah,
a
but
little bit smaller and they could do the high flying maneuvers.
yeah, but they were like brothers, and they're like the tag team. Yeah, all right, it's a little tangent for you guys. But yeah, and so like he's like, all right, here, check it out, new challenge. Can't leave the couch. You get to 257. You get 100K and all this stuff, right? And he's like, then you can move to California with fucking, with dad. Yeah, the only parent that loved you.
And he's like, how long do I have? He's like, well, you have until I get back from the camping trip.
Yeah.
So it might be tomorrow. It might be like next weekend. And then eventually he's like, you know what? I'll give you till the end of the year. You have to do it before the power grid goes out.
Yeah. And he's like, fine, fuck it. Yeah, I got it. Whatever. And so we get taken into like this, what I could only describe as an acid trip. Because we get taken on this journey where we have zero clue how much time has elapsed. Where his brother is gone. And Abbie has sort of like this, I don't know, this like, it's a defense mechanism of using 3D glasses to shut off the world.
Right. Yeah.
But so like when Cam leaves, he calls like his, I don't know, his best friend, Dallas, I think is his name.
Yeah. Yeah.
And oh my god, first of all, the weirdest, I don't know if it's telling of like maybe his dad and what he had done, but he's like, does Chuck E. Cheese deliver pizza? Which if you're like there's a certain age you're past, you're like, you can't go into a Chuck E. Cheese unless you're there for somebody's child's birthday.
Yeah. And the pizza's like cheese on cardboard. It's If you work at Chuck E. Cheese, I apologize. I worked at a Pistol Pete's Pizza, very similar. That's very, very like school pizza.
Were you eating that Pistol Pete's pizza though?
I was because I worked there and I was free. If I had to pay for it, I would have brought my own.
Yeah. So yeah, he calls this guy. He's like, "Hey Dallas, hey, can you bring me like some cherry cola, some Chuck E. Cheese pizza, gross, and I don't know what else he asked for. Oh, and the tape of like Jeffrey Yen playing Pac-Man."
Yes.
Because he was gonna study the tape. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
good on him for studying the tape.
And he had talked to Abbie had talked to Cam about, oh hey, Dallas's uncle traded half of his two-headed snake for this super underground Pac-Man video, so I could study it and then I'll know how to like beat the game.
Yeah, I was like, how do you trade half a two-headed snake?
I have no idea.
Do you just cut off one of the heads? And you're like, I hope the other head grows back. I have no clue. But yeah, so like, yeah, he's like, Dallas is like, are you going to pay me? He's like, I'll pay you when you get here. And so he comes, doesn't bring pizza. He has like two 2-liters of cherry cola, like Shasta. Not even like name brand. It's like Shasta brand. And he's like, dude, where's the pizza? He's like, dude, I'm not going to go to fucking Chuck E. Cheese. It's weird if I don't have a kid with me. And he's like, all right, fine. I'm just like really hungry. Can you go get my bologna sandwiches? And he's like, no, dude, I'm here for the fucking tape of you yakking, drinking your piss milk. He's like, where is it? That's fucking hilarious. It's almost like he's looking for like the VHS of Thousand Faces of Death or something.
Yeah.
I was like, how many challenges does this kid do? And he's like, come on, man, can you at least go get me my bologna sandwiches? And he's like, fine. And he's like rummaging through it, and he's like, I can't find it. But then all of a sudden, he's like, where? Come on, dude, can you not find it? And he's like, I can't find it. I can't find both of them. I found one of them.
Right. Yeah. I found the one with the hole in the middle.
Yeah. What is that about? Is he fucking these sandwiches? Like,
I guess that was another challenge.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Will you have sex with these sandwiches and then eat them? Challenge on.
Yeah. Oh my god. So he's like eating them, and he's like, well, where's my money, dude? And he's like, dude, I'm gonna do this challenge. I'm gonna get to 257. I'm gonna get 100K, and I'll give you some bread.
Yeah,
and
I'll give you 10%.
Yeah, and he's like, all right, that's 10K. All right, cool. But I want my money now, though. And he's like, come on, dude. Come on, man. Let me just have them. He's like, no, what? No, I'm gonna drink these. And he's like, you can't drink a whole gallon, or like a whole 2 liter. He's like, you don't think I could drink 2 liters? You don't think I could two-hand these bitches right now? And he's like, you call me Edward's 2-liter hands.
And then he duct tapes the bottles to his hands.
Yeah, he's like, dude, this is really hard for the second one. But like it's so dumb because he does it. And he starts like kind of just dancing with it. And he's like, dude, you can't stop. You're shaking them up. And he's like, what's up, man? I can do whatever I want with these 2 liters. And he's like, and they like explode on him, right?
Yeah.
And so like he puts the 3D glasses on. He's like, hey, come on, dude, stop doing that. And he's like staring at this dude. He's staring at Dallas. And he's like, come on, man, stop it. And then all of a sudden, like the 2 Shastas like blow up on his face.
Yes.
And he's like, holy fuck, did you do that? Did you fucking do that, dude? Did you just fucking Professor X me?
Right, and because he's got the glasses on, so like,
yeah,
and he's angry and he's shaking a little, and just so you know, Dallas to me is like a mix of like hyper Adam Devine and then like Jay from Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, that's actually the perfect fucking description of this guy. And so like after like things blow up, you know, he drinks a little bit of it. And he sits down and he's like, dude, well, like, do you have powers? All right, what's in my mind? What's on my mind right now? If you can tell me what's on my mind right now, I'll give you some of this fucking Shasta. And he's like, I don't know, dude. Come on, man. Do it. Come on, man. He's like, Carmen Electra. He's like, holy fuck. This guy's a fucking mutant. How did you know? And he's like, dude, all you ever think about is Carmen Electra.
He's like, no, now I got cable, so I'm like busted one out to her in like a month.
But you know, she just came back into my mind right now, and I was like, you're blowing my mind. I think I gotta get the fuck out of here, dude.
And Carmen Electra was huge in '99.
Oh, 100%. You know, but like she was also like making moves. She went from Prince to fucking Dennis Rodman.
Yep.
So I was like, you know, she knows how to work it, you know. But like he takes off these like 2 liters off of his hand, and he's just like, hey man, give me my fucking money, all right? And he kind of just bounces, and then like the transitions for these like scenes is so like jarring because I was like, what day is it?
Right.
Because again, like, you know, well, like Dallas throws a 2 liter at him. And it, like, spills all over him. He's like, yeah, what's up, dog? You're going to be fucking sticky now. Yuck. It smells like mouth farts in here, and now you're going to be smelling like mouth fart and old soda. You're going to be sticky. Yuck. It is so decrepit in this fucking apartment. Like, if it was
And
me, yeah.
and you got to remember, part of the challenge is he can't get up until he finishes this game.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, he's not
moving.
Not moving.
He's not fucking. It's so disgusting in here. And so, like, what is it like? Maybe like I don't know. It's nighttime though, and an old coworker visits him.
Yeah.
And it's this girl. I think her name is Annie, or something like that. And he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, "Hey, Dallas told me to come like check up on you because you might be fucking dead." Because you're doing.
And that was the funniest part. She's like, "How long have you been here?" And he's like, "I don't know. What day is it?" And she's like, "It's Sunday." And he's like, "No, like, what's the date?" And she's like, "It's the 25th
of July."
He's like, of July?
Yeah. I was
And
like,
and then he's like, "Oh, of 99. Okay, yeah, I've been here about 4 hours."
Yeah.
Like he thought he was there a whole year.
I you know what though, but it's just like it throws me for a freaking loop because I was like, when did he start the challenge, right?
Right.
And so she gets in there and he's like, "Hey, are you still working there?" She's like, "No." He's like, "No, I'm a nurse now." But what's his name?
Cortez.
Cortez still works there. He's like, "How do you know?" And like Cortez comes up and I guess they're dating.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why the fuck are you talking to this white dude in his underwear in the dark?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, you're Abbie, right? Yeah, you're fucking weird, dude." What did he get fired for? I think he says it in this one, and he's just like, "Yeah, you got fired for like farting in the salads or something." It's something so arbitrary, and it just
Right.
like it.
Yeah.
But it was more of a reflection of him than anything else, right? And then like he's like, "Oh yeah, dude, yeah, your fucking dad went to jail for touching kids, right?" I was like, "Holy shit, this is like a PhD candidate's fucking wet dream right here is talking to this guy and his family."
Yeah. And he's like, "No, I haven't seen my dad since second grade, but he went to jail. It was like all a misunderstanding. He just like he was trying to help somebody whose car had broken down, and he was like, 'Hey, let's go into the bathroom and discuss replacement batteries because it's raining out.' And he took this like 16-year-old into the bathroom at this gas station, and then the police arrested him, and like it just did all misunderstanding."
God, that guy is just. He's like, like, thank God he had challenges to really hyper focus on. Otherwise, you would have found this kid in his treehouse with a bunch of dead animals next to him.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But he's like, what was her name? Annie? Whatever. She's like, "Hey, I should go, but like, take care of yourself. Like, fuck the challenge. Like, get a job, get up, get outside. You know what I mean?"
Right. Yep.
So like more time passes, and
then he's like, "No, I have this challenge to beat," and she's like, "There's the glitch. There's a glitch. You there's no way to get past the glitch. It's all a hoax. It's like a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
It's just not a way to get past it." He's like, "Oh no, I can get past it." And so she's like, "Well, I used to know Jimmy Cho or whatever, somebody else.
Jeffrey Yen."
Yeah, and he was like, and she's like, "Here's a way to, like a secret move that you can do to get away from the ghosts or whatever."
Yeah, but I was like, in my head, I was like, no, fuck that glitch. That guy was, there's a guy who did the Pepsi challenge and he was supposed to get a fighter jet. And so I'm going to get past this glitch and get this 100K.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. And then after this, like, the movie the movie is like only an hour and 30. But strangely enough, like, the movie feels long and short at the same time, right? because now this like after she leaves, some time has passed,
Right.
and you know,
You could tell because he now has a full beard.
yeah. Oh no. Sorry. No, like because after Annie leaves, some bug, some
Oh,
yeah, some pest
right.
control comes in, and they're like setting up like bug bombs, and he's like, "Yo, we have to bug bomb this place because this whole complex is like a slum."
Right.
So
And you could see there's like vomit and food and stuff on the floor, and they show they show at some point he puts his glasses on because he's
yeah,
trying to get this like soda bottle to come to him,
yeah,
and it moves a little, and then it's because there's like a big old
roaches.
roach
There's
in
two
it.
roaches in it. It's fucking disgusting in this thing. And like they move him from the couch, and there's like a drawing of Bart Simpson with like a huge dick on her. And so the guy's like, "Hey, you got to get out of here. We're gonna bug bomb this place." And he's like, "No, I have to do this challenge. I'm gonna like make 100K." And he's like, "Okay, but yeah, we're gonna have to move you if you don't want to get off this couch." He's like, Don't. I'll give you 10K if I beat it." And he's
Yep.
like, "All right, fine, dude, whatever." Because for him, he's like, I could just feign ignorance. Like, yeah, we told him to leave. I can't do anything if he comes back in there.
Right. Yeah. And his English is very spotty at best.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, 10K? All right, cool, whatever.
Oh, you're right. His English all of a sudden got better.
Yeah, yeah. It's so like, what's it called? Like, more time passes. He's like, I don't know where he got this. Oh, and he got the sandwich from Annie. He's eating this sandwich while the bug bomb is going, and I think this is where he dies, honestly. Because as but like he wakes up after inhaling all of that bug stuff,
Right. Yep.
and he's like the whole movie, the Pac-Man theme is playing in the background, and I don't know if that's intentional because it starts to make me go crazy. But it's I'm so like yeah, time passes, like I don't know. They live in Michigan, and like it starts raining outside, and he starts to kind of break the house apart.
Right.
Oh my,
Yeah. Because
so
he's got one
disgusting.
of the little squeezy claw things, so he can grab
Yeah,
things while he's on the couch because
yeah,
he's not getting off the couch. So he's like trying to hold a glass like out the window when it's raining
yeah.
because
Well, no, hold on. Before that, before at a certain point he puts the 3D glasses on and he like breaks the window. But before he does that, he breaks the wall because there's pipes over there, and he breaks the pipe where the shit goes.
right, he's trying to get the water pipe
Yeah, so
and
now
he
not only is this guy covered in his own milk vomit, not only is he covered in d- uh, uh, cherry coke Shasta, he's also covered in the upstairs dude shit. Oh god, I'm pretty sure if he didn't die from the bug bomb, he died from like salmonella
uh, yeah.
because this shit gets all over him. But then he ends up opening the other water pipe and he's like drinking it, and then it starts to rain outside, and then, so he puts the 3D glasses on and he breaks it with his mind. Oh god.
But then a bird comes flying in and
Oh
gets all cut up by the glass. So it's you're not sure if he did it with his mind or if he like if it just happened that a bird was flying by at the same time.
oh man. But like more time goes by, and then all of a sudden he's I guess playing the game, but it seems to also I don't know if it's July 4th or if it's Y2K
Right.
because they're doing fireworks. I assume it's Y2K because they're doing fireworks, and then all of a sudden, all the power cuts out,
Yeah.
and you hear nothing but screams outside and all that stuff. And he is kind of just, I don't know if I'm pretty sure he's losing his mind at this point. Um, but then I don't know how to describe this movie towards the end. More time goes by, and he's like covered in what I assume is ash. He has a
I
full
wasn't sure if it
beard.
was ash or if it was ice or
Something, right?
because the power's out and the window's open
Yeah.
and it's wintertime.
And all of a sudden, like, this Asian guy comes in with a box of pizza, what I could only assume for continuity purposes is going to be Chuck E. Cheese radioactive pizza. And he finds like butane and he starts to like kind of like fire it up and he's eating the pizza and then all of a sudden Cam comes, his
Yep.
brother, and he's like, holy shit, you're still here? What the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I'm trying to get past 257. I got to the kill screen of 256. And he's just like, holy shit, you are disgusting. And you know, Cam tells, like, I think his name is Jong. He's like,
Yeah.
Jong, just grab whatever the fuck is in here, and then we'll go back to the shelter, to the bunkers, because I could only assume a nuclear fallout has happened, which doesn't make sense because they don't have any breathing apparatuses or like any hazmat suits.
Or yeah, just kind of like, I don't know, all the
Small
nuclear
things.
power plant,
Yeah,
you know, over, whatever,
yeah. Who fucking knows, right?
because there's no power.
And so, like, yeah, he starts to, again, really lay into this guy, Abbie. And he's like, look at you, man. So gross. Can you even get off of that couch? And at this point, you see that there's, like, his flesh is rotting away.
Right. Yeah, it's like he has been sitting so long in
This couch.
different fluids
Oh,
that he's basically like molded into the couch.
yeah,
Like,
this guy's basically a Spawn character.
yeah.
Like, he'd be like what is it, like Sloth? He'd be like the devil king of sloth, because yeah, it's so gross. And so like he's about to leave. Cam is about to leave, and he's just like really laying. He's like, "Geez, look at you. You know, you might as well just fucking have died a long time ago." Because me and Jong, we're gonna go back to the bunker where Mom is, and you know, and don't worry about Dad. He's fucking fucking pedophile piece of shit. He's dead in some fucking prison. You know, we told you he went to California to be a truck driver. The only thing that he's driving is cocks into his asshole. That's what happens to fucking pedophiles. And so, like, Abbie's like taking all of this in. He puts the 3D glasses in because that's the last thing his dad ever bought him. And he gets up from the couch, and you can hear his body ripping off of this couch. And he starts to hyper focus onto Cam, and Cam is like, "What are you doing?" But his eyes start to go milky, and I think this is where, like, whatever budget that they had, 90% of that budget went into this one scene.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's funny though because you could if you slow it down frame by frame, you could tell when they switch. But this is like my favorite scene in the whole movie because yeah, like he explodes his brother,
Yeah.
which I was like, holy shit, that was
Like
actually
those
really fucking
scanners.
cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it was so cool. And then like the movie starts. Like, we're coming up to like the end of the movie. It hyper focuses on Abbie wearing the 3D glasses, and then his dad had given him a knife, which I was like,
Yeah.
no, that's probably the knife that he was like threatening people with, because it's like a pretty large hunting knife.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's staring into the camera, and he's like, "You're finally here." And we don't know who he's talking to. This could be really left up to a lot of interpretations, but he's like, "Yeah," and then the movie ends.
Oh,
Oh,
but
sorry.
he turns the knife around and hands it. He's like, "This is for you." And so I certainly assumed that
It's his dad.
in in some delusion, it's his dad.
Yeah, and the movie does. There's no post credit scene, right?
No,
Like,
I didn't
yeah.
say anything.
All right. Before we get into talking about the rest of this film, or at least what we thought about it, let's go to our other section, High Star, Low Star.
Do Thomas Cruise style. It's true. Porticus, because Joel Porticus is the director. Porticus' new horror film, The Relaxer, is a truly unique experience. This film is innovative, creative, potent, and just flat out cool. David Gastamulin is very good as always. As a huge indie horror lover, I almost feel privileged watching this movie. Joshua Burge, who must be good friends with the director, was also quite good and did well in the nature of this role. This is his wheelhouse. The majority of the beginning of the movie begins to drag a little, but by the time the movie was over, I was in awe. For a dude who was born in 90, I'm very familiar with Y2K and remember the panic. Although set in one location, the movie depicts the crumbling of society norms quite well. It's not always exactly the view, but the feeling. It's like a what if film. The ending has one of the very best practical effects I've seen. This is a scary movie, and in my opinion, Joel Podorkis, it's his best film to date.
Yeah. And then we had a 1 out of 10. I should have done my taxes instead. I know that there is some kind of subtle social commentary going on here. For the love of God, there has to be something I'm not understanding. But this whole movie is beyond me. Apparently, I'm too stupid to understand this smart movie. The trailer was funny, but that shit is a mirage to how boring and pointless this movie is. Ultimately, this movie is a time drainer. Please relax off of me. I don't know what that's how it ended. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? This movie really felt like it could have just it was like a one-man play.
Yeah.
Or just a play in general because it does have other characters on here. I don't know, Colby. What did you? And then you also have to tell me Teresa's commentary on this because I think that would have been hilarious.
Yeah, no, I watched it with Teresa, my wife, and it ended, and she looked at me and she said, "Did you pick this movie or did Barry?" And I said, "Oh no, this is Barry's month. He picked it." She's like, "Oh, you let him know. I know where he lives, and I will get my revenge." Yeah, it was like my brain was like just numb after watching this movie, and I was like, I can't even have a discussion. Like I no words. There's no words for this. And then it was like, okay, now I'm gonna go to bed. We'll let it marinate. And then it was like, in the morning, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, it was really interesting. Like it really comes from a very different angle. There's some like laugh out loud parts to this, so it's kind of a comedy. It's kind of a suspense horror because this poor kid is so psychologically abused or deranged that like he's willing to do these challenges that his brother to prove that he's
not a quitter,
to try to gain favor with his brother. But yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I feel like a lot of people will get from this movie is that you're gonna get different. If I watch this movie with a group of people, I 100% believe that besides the general consensus of what was the point, that I feel like a lot of people will get a lot of different things out of this movie, right?
Right.
Because for me, my whole mind went to what was okay, so the dad obviously, I don't know, probably a predator, pedophile, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, all right, now I'm interested in the psychological makeup of this whole family. And is this like a psychosis that he's going through? Did the apocalypse happen? At some point, did he die?
I hadn't even thought of that till you said that. You were like, after the bug bomb, that's probably when he died. And I was like, holy crap, maybe he did, and the rest of that's just
Yeah.
some kind of like fever dream, or maybe it is all just
Yeah. Fever
fur,
dream.
further delusion caused by the poison. And
Or like maybe he's just like he's so psychologically damaged from his father possibly being abused at home that like all of this is just like maybe his brother doesn't exist. I was just like 100,000 things were running through this my mind because this movie really gives you time to be like, what the hell is going on in this movie? That you're like, the more little bits that you kind of keep gathering, you're like, oh, this kid is super messed up.
yeah,
And you don't know, you don't like, almost like you don't want to know what's happened to this kid, but you're also like, nah, I have to know now.
right, like, I mean, like, I understand the, hey, don't get off the couch is the challenge, like, hey, I could prove to my brother that I could do it, but the, like, to sit in to basically 6 months, like, and you can't get off the couch to even go to the bathroom, like, and his brother's like, even like when his brother's getting ready to leave, he's like, no, don't get off this couch, but you better not shit on my couch either. Better learn how to hold in your pee and your poo.
Oh god, it's so gross. Yeah, because it's like humanly impossible. It's like he's gonna shit on that couch if you don't let him get up. Like, why can't the challenge just be get to 257 and then still be a human being?
Right, exactly, yeah.
And it's like, oh man, like, what is the dynamic between him and his brother? Is his brother also like this, like emotionally abusive, or like was their father emotion? I don't know, man. It's like my head was spinning, and like this movie is only like an hour, maybe a tight 128, like hour and 28 minutes after like. Wait, was there even credits? I don't even think there was that many credits. But like my brain was fried towards the end of this movie. And
Yeah,
yeah, like it's funny enough like when you talked about like I don't know if I like or hate this movie, but like if you give it a night, it kind of like it becomes like this thinking piece.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
I gotta say, I even if I don't like a movie, I love it when a movie does that. Like, and we have certainly had a handful of these kind of movies where it's like afterwards I'm like that had to have some deeper meaning. I just I don't know what it is, and hopefully in a few days, like it will come to me. You know,
yeah, I wish like like if we ever got big enough to like interview Polka Dot Man, I gotta like you gotta ask him like, hey,
yeah.
what's up with Relaxer? And he's like, holy shit, somebody watch that movie?
They had a thing in there was saying that because it was Abbie and Cam,
Hmm.
it was supposed to be like Cain and Abel instead of
Mm.
Cam and Abbie.
Oh, okay.
Like it was supposed to be like these two brothers that were at odds.
Mm. And yeah, okay, that makes
Um,
sense.
and and then I have not seen any of the other movies, but there's a movie,
There's a continuation of this movie.
the Alchemist Cookbook
Oh, I think that's a
is
book, isn't it?
well, it is,
Okay.
but there's a movie, and then apparently it's in must be in the same universe because that character Cortez,
Yeah.
who's like, bashing his dad,
Yeah.
um, he is also in
Okay.
the Alchemist Cookbook. So
As
like there's like
Cortez.
yeah, as Cortez. So there's like this
Oh.
same universe
Oh god.
crossover.
I think I'm gonna have to watch that too then. Because I think I remember reading portions of that book, You know, when you just like go into like Borders, they don't have Borders anymore, but that was like like the less bougie looking bookstore than Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I remember reading some of that when I was in there. It was like the Alchemist's Cookbook. Oh gosh, I think I'm gonna have to watch that movie then. Oh man, but we're coming up to our. I think yeah, we're coming up to our hour. So I want to go ahead and thank everybody for joining us for this weird ride of a movie. Make sure to check all of our other months down below, where we have a bunch of other themed months down there for you. We got something for everybody, but mainly our holiday months is going to be our biggest ones. Uh, but we do our reviews in 4 different sections. We got Stream It, DVD It, Blu-ray It, and the Ultimate Box Collection. Colby, where you at for this one?
Um, I may have to DVD this. Like I was like, when it first ended, I was like, this is streaming. But like the more that I think about it, like the more I appreciate parts of it.
Yeah.
And like I feel like it's just kind of like The Ring, where it's like I watched it and now I have 7 days to share it, or else it's going to eat my soul. Like I'm like, oh, if I had it on DVD, I could be like, hey, you should watch this movie to a select audience.
Oh man. Yeah, you know, I think yeah, same with me. I think if you had asked me after, you know, it's funny. This is like probably like one of the only films that you ever like. That's a stream it. Yeah, Kobe. It's a very Kobe's he's like the reverse of a tough critic. So it's like if you get him to have it just be streaming, it's like he must have Kobe must have hated your movie. You know, yeah, no, it's funny. If you ask me if you ask me that question after watching the movie, it's a stream it. But yeah, if you give it time to marinate, it's like, maybe that's worth a DVD.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, you know, like, as much as, like, okay, like, you know, we talk about, like, you know, we always talk about, like, you know, movies back in the day where it was good and people, like, you know, movie studios took risks. This is, like, kind of one of those situations. Because, I mean, Jesus, like, Dinner with Andre is, like, an award-winning Centurion film type of movie.
Right, yeah.
And honestly, this is kind of like in the same bag as that. But yeah, like yeah, it's just like it really is gonna be like very niche audience. It's super art housey. I want to say that.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, if you watch this, just be warned, you're in for like a really weird ride. But I want to go ahead and thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check all of our social media links down below.
We got our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, TikTok.
Yep. And we're all trying.
We're out there. We're out there.
Yeah. I want to thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out the theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on our album Music Podcast 3, and our Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.